The story comes to us from people.com. This is kind of a feel-good story that involves a North Las Vegas police officer out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Nevada, right? But North Las Vegas police officer Nicholas Quintana was quoted as saying, "I've longed for that father figure and to be a father, to love my child the way I would have loved my father to love me." But it goes on, North Las Vegas police officer Nicholas Quintana made a life-changing decision when he welcomed 5 new members into his household last month. Quintana was having lunch on January 14th when he received a report of a homicide. Even though enough officers were on duty, he still felt a strong desire to report to the call. Maybe been calling. Maybe God was calling you there. He told the local news station Fox 5, "Trying to enjoy my lunch, and this abrupt urge, that's the best way I can describe it, came, and I ended up going to the call." Quintana rushed to the scene of the crime and learned that 40-year-old Emily Ezra had been arrested after allegedly shooting her ex-husband, Paul Ezra, while their 5 children were inside the house, according to the Las Vegas Review-Journal. Now, Emily has been charged with open murder with a deadly weapon. And the situation hit too close for home for Quintana, who said his father was murdered by a relative when he was a kid. He explained, "For me, it brought back a memory from my childhood where my father was killed by a family member of mine. That's sad. That's extremely sad, because now these kids are going to go to Child Haven," which I guess is a foster home. While other responding officers were leaving the scene, Quintana could not help but think about the welfare of the 5 children. He discussed fostering the children with his wife, Amanda, who initially had some reservations about the proposal. She said, "Está loco." But, I'm sorry, I see people are going to read me on that one, but he said, quote, "Understandably so, she was absolutely reluctant towards it. I was like, well, listen, hon, just meet them because you might just fall in love with these kids. Just meet them." Days later, the couple scheduled a meeting with CPS. And he said, or he's quoted as saying, I look at the kids and I say, hey, look, the reason why we're here is because I had a thought. I'd like to take every single one of you. I'd like to take you in our home." And the 16-year-old gasped for a second and said, "Really?" And I said, "Yeah." Quintana also told the local news station that being a father was always a part of his plan. He said, "I didn't really have a father figure growing up. I've always longed for that father figure, and to be a father, to love my child the way I would have loved my father to love me." Now, the Quintanas are now in the process of getting certified as foster parents and have expressed interest in permanently adopting the kids eventually. The couple has not received any financial assistance since they have not yet obtained their fostering licenses. However, the North Las Vegas Police Officers Association took the initiative to set up a GoFundMe page for the family. How many GoFundMe pages do they set up, though, for other needy families? I don't know. I'm being facetious. Quintana said the past month has been very humbling since welcoming the kids into the home. He said, "It's amazing. There's just so many different emotions and so many different things, adjectives to describe it all. I think about every single last one of them, from the oldest to the youngest. Now I'm not just thinking about these decisions for my wife. Now I'm thinking about it for my wife and our kids and our kiddos now." So there you go. North LV cop. He had an urge, a calling, I'm going to call it that. He went there, saw these 5 kids whose mother was being arrested for murder. Father was fatally injured. And he said, you know what, I'm taking them. My question, though, is, and I love this guy for this. I mean, I'm sorry. I know a lot of people are very skeptical of law enforcement, but this guy did a good thing. But I'm wondering, weren't there any aunts, uncles, grandparents that are stepping up to take these kids? I don't know. It's weird. But who knows? Just God bless this guy for what he did.